We are getting off the ship today in General San Martin, Peru.
Look at that.
And I'm not sure,
Good morning.
but I think that's bird poo.
Yes, sir, you're right.
They've decorated this place pretty well.
This is Liz.
Hey, Liz.
This is not the snow.
No. We are on the Sapphire Princess, and when you come to General San Martin, there is nothing in the port, or nothing even near the port. It's a desert. It's a desert out there. Thank you. And so they give you a shuttle bus. We're on a shuttle bus, free shuttle bus, to Paracas, which is the town before Pisco. If you want to get to Pisco, you're going to have to take a cab or something from Paracas. We're going to stroll around Paracas and see what there is to see, and then come back. So we're on the shuttle bus in Paracas, Peru. We came on the Sapphire Princess. And this is what's near the port. It's a desert. I mean, there's not even a plant out there. See that? I think the ship makes port here so it can sell the overland trip to Machu Picchu. I don't believe there's any other reason to stop here, but there are some small towns, Paracas and Pisco. Just so you get a good look at the surroundings. We've been on the bus for about 10 minutes now, and it's mostly looked like that. So the signs say that is the Cerro Colorado. So we're in Paracas National Reserve. So I don't know if that means the town is a national reserve or what. But we're almost to town now. It took us about 15 minutes to get here. So out the window on the other side, you can see there's buildings now. The ship is way over there on the other side of the bay. I think we're going further. Further through the desert. Off that bus, and if your name is Karen, they're looking for you. Twice as hard as anybody else. So this is the main square, and you'll notice they have flamingo statues because there might be flamingos here. And I'm gonna guess they don't let cars drive down here, but I saw a motorcycle go by earlier, and of course there's that. So lots of tours to pick from. Lots of tours. And looks like lots of shopping. And lots of orange shoes.
You see the Ballesta silence? You have a good price.
And lots of people coming back. I guess this was a tour, huh? This is the beach. Oh, and a lot of tour boats. And there are people driving down here. Not sure if they're supposed to or not. Smells like diesel down here though. Anyway, there's a tour boat coming back. And there's the ship. The front is lined with hotels. El Delfin Dorado. The Golden Dolphin. Maybe. Little cars and restaurants. Restaurants. And these guys are showing you their menus, trying to get you to go in there. Restaurants. And out on the beach here, I want you to see that playground out there. That is really something. So the sand here is super fine but gray sand, which is weird because the surrounding desert is red. So gray sand, red desert. Not sure what that means. And the water in case you want to go swimming. I see only one person in the water, and it's it's pretty warm. That's at least 75, maybe warmer. So if you're thinking you want to swim here, have at it, because you got the beach to yourself basically. Lifeguard stand, I don't think there's anybody in it though. We came down the beach a little ways. There's the Cocopelli Hostel. Not sure what these buildings are, they're just walls. Although that's obviously a lounge or something. And Yaku Park is what this is called, I imagine. So come on down to Yaku Park. So we came from the shuttle bus up there to the right, and here the street sort of turns. Of course, we walked along the beach. There's the water park, and it's a bunch of restaurants. Food smells, and I mean a bunch of restaurants. Tours, you could do a Sea-Doo, a wave runner, maybe not that one, or this green thing. That must be fun out in the desert. The cool air. Well, that's the main road. Guess we're going to turn around and go back the other way. You rent bikes and scooters, I'm guessing, maybe even Sea-Doos. I did notice that these all have like a name. Beatrice, Edilith, Araceli, Ariana, Isabel, Sandra, Alejandra, and so on. There's a little park. Of course, the ocean's right there. Looks like a snow cone person. And this one has fish, beef, octopus, skewers. We have this pavers that we're walking on, but you know, there's spots that are definitely uneven, so be careful. It's not too bad though. Pay attention. And a penguin. Because out there somewhere are some islands that may or may not have penguins part of the year. Right? You have shot glasses and porcupines, crystal necklaces, lots of little ceramic things, of course, the standard hash pipes, some fossils, shark tooth, bottles with seeds in them, or beans or whatever, necklaces, stuffed animals, hats.
What would you want to get
these things. So at the last place, the little shark tooth was $10 and the big one was $70, he said. I'm sure they would bargain, but those. But I'm not in the mood for bargaining right now. Shark tooth necklace. Crystals and coral. More coral. There's also people just on the street selling stuff. And when I say on the street, I mean that's the street. That's where the shuttle bus dropped us off. And this is where the tour boats go out from. We're gonna go on down that way. It's beautiful. Come across some shrine here. Notice the tools up there, the hammer and stuff, the spears, and a boat harbor. You can see a tour boat getting ready to leave there, and the Sapphire Princess across the bay there, and all these little colorful boats, and lots of shopping opportunities. Yeah. And they have these attached to them. Let's see what happens. Why are you hitting yourself? So shopping there and restaurants here. Just like on the other side, basically. And it looks like the end of everything right up here. I don't know. Of course, the harbor's still all full of boats. And a white bird. So, Lamar 69. And whatever that says. Familias. And this is one of the like tourist guys. Not selling tours, but directing tourists to where they should go. So, not sure what this area is. Basketball court.
And bathrooms.
Janet says bathrooms. I don't see any bathrooms though.
There was a big banjo sign.
And then of course the water on this side. So there's the main waterfront, the restaurants, the shops. And here's a baño, and I think it costs money. If you walk far enough down, you'll come across this sign. And this place. And a lot of people sitting around waiting for something. Not sure what. So, tourist marina, but it's got a chain across it, so I'm not going there. And these people are rigging up for scuba diving or something. But this is the end of the walk. And then you can see there's hotels or apartments off in the distance. And the ship. So we walked off the main drag. I just wanted you to get a look at that. And people waiting in line for whatever's in there. There's another souvenir shop. Now we're off the main drag a block. And there's Janet. The crowd was at that store. A lot of construction, a lot of unfinished buildings. See that? I imagine people sold tours or something in these places. And this is your local 7-Eleven, I guess. This is where the shuttle buses drop off and pick up. They do have these. They have 2-seaters and 1-seater. I mean, 1-seaters for 2 people, 2-seaters are for 4 people. Not sure who rents them or how much, but I'm not sure where you'd ride it. The boardwalk there, the Malecon, was so crowded. Dolphins Travel and Adventure, Information Touristica, that I don't know what you would do. Bicycles for rent. And it's short, you know, we walked the whole length. Bus drop off, pick up. We're back to where we began, basically. Gonna do a little more shopping over here. Well, that was our day in Paracas. And it was a pretty short day.
Yeah, if you wanted to do some souvenir shopping, this is the place to do it, or if you want to try Pisco or ceviche. There are a lot of little pop-up places, and you could take one of these boats to one of the many islands.
So from Paracas, Peru, this is Kara.
And Janet saying see you in the next one.
Bye. Over there, you can hardly see it. Pisco is up ahead there, and there's the Sapphire Princess.